This charger, just get in. You're gonna be fine. There we go. I know I went live earlier than I normally do. I usually go around an hour from now, but I gotta change things up. So, good morning. Happy hump day, everyone. It's Wednesday. For me, it's recycling day. All those Amazon boxes out of my house. And dog food boxes. I'm going to give it a few minutes. I know I'm going earlier normally than I normally have, but I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday or not. My husband, he works for a company that normally he works in Maple Lawn, which is like 7 minutes away from our house. And now he's about an hour and 7 minutes. So he leaves. So I'm dropping the kids off. At first I was really like bummed about not sleeping in. I am still bummed. I'm not the best morning person. But with that being said, I'm also a very optimistic person because of his new schedule. I can get up and do a little bit more work. So that's what I'm intending to do today. And I wanted to do my captain's log before I get into all my work and then I forget. Good morning. I'm from Maryland. Whoop, whoop. Someone asked me a very good question. I realized I didn't say it. Someone asked me, how did my teaching go for the persimmon pouch? Sorry, my pillow keeps vibrating. It's distracting because it feels comfortable. It went really well. I was super nervous. There were so many other teachers throughout the week that were like positive, like, you got this, Shnova, you can do this. So that was really great. There were 6 students in my class that were brand new to bag making and they finished their bags. I have no words for that because I remember finishing my first bag and the accomplishment I felt was amazing. And I knew I was about to embark on a journey and I wanted to make stuff for the geeky world that I don't see out in the public. So like I tried like hard not to cry. It was amazing to see 6 people that never made bags before make it. Then the rest of the class were experienced. Some never put in a zipper. They've only made a tote. The class was pretty full. Like, it was full. It wasn't that, it was like probably 34 or 35 people. It was pretty full. We all had fun. Everybody was really encouraging. I told them that I was nervous and it was one of the better experiences in my whole entire life. Like, it was amazing. I literally have no words on how it was just amazing to teach somebody something. And I didn't know whether or not if they're, I didn't know. It was fun. I think the kits went over really well. Because everything was in the kit that you needed, but all the actions that a lot of people don't like taking, like cutting, basting, interfacing, all of that was done. So it was basically, we had the 2 exterior pieces, the 2 lining, and the 2 accents with the zipper. We're putting it together. Lauren was gracious enough to put That's So Magical Texas tags in there, 2023. I had like a little Nova, That's So Nova holographic sticker that did not turn out how I want it to be. That's a subject for another day. You have to fall a whole bunch apparently times, but I'm going to get some better stickers hopefully soon. It was really good. Oh, it's a cool name. It's a really, really cool name. It was really good. It was a really good time. The teaching went by so fast. I did learn I had like an hour and a half block. Next time, if I make something that size, I might do 2 hours. I learned that, everyone doesn't sew at the same time. There's no competition. Everyone sews differently. And I did not, for some reason, account that new bag makers were going to be in my class. I don't know why I didn't. A different new experience, and I will have that in the back of my noggin every single time now. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun teaching. Today, when I get off of here, good morning. I know it's quite nippy. There's a cold front rolling in. Today, I'm going to be doing a Nova's nugget. My daughter made the little graphic of chicken nuggets for my Nova's nugget. I'm going to be going over the Almighty ruler. This is one of the rulers I use on a day-to-day basis. You see it a lot in my videos. There's placement for 1-inch strap holes, like for decoration and or just for riveting purposes. There are where you can square off and have perfect 1-inch or 1.5 or 4-inch corners. You can mark to cut out the boxes. Like if you just did the Gabby bag with me, you know it's 2.5 inches. You can draw the dots and the lines, line up the template to that 2.5 and draw around it so that you can have a perfectly even. There is a 1/2 inch zipper box, and I use this box a lot. Especially when I'm doing zipper facings and not the plates. I'll draw the little triangle to know where I'm going to snip. These go up to, like, you can have a 4 inches on each side, 5 inches. They're truly helpful, and there's a 3/8 of inch. The thing that I use the absolute most is this rivet thing. All right. Sometimes I get in the mood where I want to have a 1-inch strap with 2 rivets. I cannot eyeball. People out there who eyeball, I'm not worthy, because for some reason my rivets will go, like, one will go higher than the other, or it will look a little off center. So this will help you put for double rivets, single rivets. And then also if you want, if your rivets are 3/4 of an inch, there's this side right here to help you find the perfect placement. And as well as if you have a single rivet for 1.5 inch and a double one. There's a nice ruler for right angles where you can draw out like 5 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches. This ruler to me is like in each cart. I have 2 carts, and so that way I don't have it. I'm possibly going to get a third one to put on my cutting table, because if I move rulers around, I lose rulers. And then Kendall has to come here and deep clean and find stuff. I don't know how I do it. I lose rulers like I lose chalk pins. I have like 100 of these, and I only can locate 2. I use these all the time too. So I'm going to be doing a small tutorial showing you how you can utilize this in your sewing room. And I'm probably going to also do an arbor press one, because I've been getting a lot of that. On the camera, you always see me use my cam snap. I tell you all the time that off camera, I either use a mallet and the actual drill bits, or the pit. Good morning. I use the bits that come with it and hammer it in. I also use my arbor press. My arbor press is like one of my favorite tools. I can't bring it to the table. That's why I never have it in any tutorials. That set of a biscuit eater is like 35 pounds. Okay. I'm strong, but I'm not that strong to keep lifting it up and off the camera. So it's usually at my cutting table. And when I'm working at home, I go up and down nonstop. So it's just something that punches out holes. It sets snaps, it sets double rivets. It all depends on the dies that you have. It doesn't matter what die you got from anywhere. It can do it. It loves those Amazon cutter tools. I use my arbor press for a lot. I love it so much. Oh, good news. So when Kendall cleaned out my room, he found my anvil part. So I got Old Faithful back, and I'm super excited. What else? I'm going to be also filming the first part of modifying Mabel for Patreon. I just wanted to show you what I do, because I don't think I mentioned Patreon in here a lot. I'll tell people to go to Patreon that are on Patreon to get a video in case they see it. But we're going to be modifying Mabel. If you know the Mabel bag, that is a swoon bag. I will put the swoon link to this, and it's affiliate link, but it's still a free pattern to this. What I do is we vote on a bag, and then I usually make a mock-up unless I've already made this modification. Our group liked the Soho bag from Michael Kors. Michael Kors' measurement for its Soho bag is 9.7 inches wide by 6.5 inches high by 3.5 inches deep. The Mabel's 9 inches wide, 6 inches tall, 3.5 inches deep. It is really eerily similar in size. But with the Mabel, the flap unit is connected to the exterior top piece. I always had an issue with how it laid. So what I did is while I was on 3 different conference calls, like yesterday was like the day for conference calls. I was on 3 different conference calls, one going over a retreat that's going to be happening soon with me as a teacher, which I'm excited. I'm thinking nervous is just a part of who I am, and that's not a negative thing. I think it helps drive me, and I'm nervous. Going over just bags that are getting tested, the whole 9 yards. So while I was on the phone, I cut out all the Mabel pieces and all the modification pieces. Yes, it's very similar. So I wanted to do some modifications. So in the original Mabel, you have your bag, you have your handle, but I did some modifications. First, you're going to notice the back. You see, the reason why it's in a multiple different pieces, this is how I use my scraps. No scraps get left behind. Oops, don't sew machine without me. Yeah. No scraps get left behind. These are all from my scrap bin, and you're going to see some, you're going to be like, what is she doing? First, when you open it up, you're going to notice that my flap is not connected to the top of it. I wanted to have a nice clean entry. I mark my mock-up bags with where I want placement. Right now, these are the original placements to the bag, but I did add some length to the strap. I'd had to add some length to the bag flap in order to have it fit in here. So these are 2 separate pieces. These now become one piece and one piece to create this. Then I added some side pockets. Side tabs. I'm still not 100% on this. I think I want to have it go all the way around to one side to another. And as you can see, this one doesn't have any. I have, I call it missing hardware. So like I put all my hardwares in sets of 2s or 4s. If there's a single one by itself, that's what I use when I'm making my mock-ups, and I just cut it off when I'm done and then put it back into that drawer. Here's all the pattern pieces. I made a center divider pocket. This is where the zipper pocket is going to be, and where you could have an extra slip pocket. Each pocket is its own in here, so that's an additional pocket. It does not slide through to the other side because of the dividing pocket. I'm actually thinking about not having the straps up here and having it in here with a chain. And I'm definitely going to add foam to this. I use just foam on this. That's it. There is no other interfacing. I use vinyl on the inside and some like waterproof canvas for the lining with no zipper because this is a mock-up. So, this is what I do. You'll see if you look closely, there's lines and marks all over the bag because this is how I started. If you look at the zipper, you can see that I write down how much the zipper tape I use. On the zipper tabs, it tells you how long they are. This is how I do my mock-ups. This is how I start my modification, and this is how I start my modification for my modification classes on Patreon. Patreon is strictly just modification. It's not me giving you pieces. It's me breaking down how I do the pieces, showing you the pattern pieces and how I enhance them, decrease them, elongate them, and within them, whatever I do, so that you can start doing it yourself and you can have your brain start flowing, like start modifying things. Like someone mentioned in the comments, Kate Middleton does carry a very similar style to the Soho bag. If you look up the Soho bag of Michael Kors, you will see there's many different versions. There's the quilted version. There's an animal print with studs all over it. There's a studded quilted one. There is a plain one with just studs. There's so many different variations of the Soho bag. It's mind baffling. It's cool. One thing they all have in common is they do have the center divider. We're going to be turning the whole pocket out through the zipper pocket, and then I'm thinking about making an additional slip pocket. The only reason why I'm thinking it might be overkill is because, like I said, each one of these pockets are an individual pocket because they don't slide through. This is not a very big bag. It's about 9 inches wide, 6 inches tall, and 3.5 inches deep. I wanted to have the inside actually have like kind of like a cinched in look. And to do that, I can't have the hardware. So it would be, let me grab a clip. I couldn't have the hardware on the side. And it gets thicker when you do this, and you have to be really cognizant of what kind of material you're having for the lining. It won't do it because I I had no more scraps of waterproof canvas, so I just did vinyl throughout the bag. Wasn't the greatest idea, but I wasn't going to use really good material. So I wanted it to have like a cinched in look, like the Michael Kors bag, but then you wouldn't be able to see the side features. So instead, I think what I'm going to do is either leave these, giving the Patreon either where they can do this as a hidden strap connector or outside, or having it one long piece side to side, or having hidden strap connectors on the top and have a chain. I see there was 2 Michael Kors bags that I love like that. So in what I'm going to be teaching today and next week, because today we're going to go over measurements in class, and we're going to go over what the key features we're doing. Anything else they add is their modification, and I truly do encourage that. Today, I just wanted to give you a synopsis because I think I don't ever, like I said, I don't really go over what we're learning in Patreon, and then people will like make the bag and like, where is this I didn't see this tutorial from Shinova. That's because every month we have a separate tutorial where they get an in-depth like lessons on how to modify it. So for this class, we are, man, my writing on my patterns are real. Just let me show you. Okay, for this modifying list, I'm going to show them how to draft their own pattern pieces based off the pattern pieces they have. Good morning. They're going to need to download 2 to 3 times each pattern piece, not the instructions, just the pattern pieces, because there's a lot. There's the lining pieces and some of the pieces that we're going to use, like the stabilizer, we're going to double down. The stabilizer pieces are going to double down as a zipper and the possible slip pocket. I'm going to show them how to install a middle pocket in their bag. We're going to modify the handle and and how to draft their own tire pieces. That's what we're going to be learning, and it's up to them and how they want their exterior to look. If they want to have the piping, if they want to do a thumb lock, turn lock, this bag has endless possibilities. And I gotta say, for me not to actually look at I was writing on the back of the pattern when I started doing this, and I just had the pattern pieces, and it came together really fast. I started one call at 1, and I ended this at 3. So this can come together pretty fast, and this was like nothing special except the flat feature, which if you want, this will be a perfect bag to learn how to do a drop-in lining too. One thing I love about Swoon patterns is their seam allowance. I know a lot of people don't like a 1/2 inch seam allowance, but I'm going to tell you why I do like it. It's the same reason why garment people do 5/8 of an inch. Because it gives you wiggle room. It gives you so much room. If you mess up, it's okay. You have that extra seam allowance to help you out. It helps you catch all the seams. It helps with like no puckering because you have more of a wiggle room to make errors and correct them. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. As soon as I get off making the Nova's Nugget, I'm going to go over what pattern pieces we're going to need and how to modify them. I'm going to film that. I'm going to be making I'm hopefully right when I'm done with that, I can make the noodle head sandhill tote because I was honored enough to be where Anne told me I could teach a class in person doing that one. And I'm going to show people how to use wax canvas or oilskin. And I'm going to be making my, not mock-up, but one that's going to be used in the photos. And I have a bag. I have a Trailblazer I need to send off that was purchased yesterday. But I want to send them a thank you gift. So I need to make a persimmon pouch. That is what I have. And then I got to pick up my kids at 5:50 and at 6. Luckily for me, dinner, we're having leftovers because I don't know how I would have done it all day. But I just wanted to basically share with you that day. And oh, I forgot to share one other thing from yesterday. There was an ice cream nail social. Oh man, I had some frosted flakes. Good morning. There was an ice cream nail social at So Magical. I did not attend, but I bought the kit. I told my husband because this is what I wanted for Valentine's Day. And so he bought it early. He bought the thing for me to go. And the reason why I wanted to go is because, one, my family and I we each have one. My husband has a matte black one. I have a pink rose gold one. And my daughter has one of my daughters has a black one. But my son and my eldest daughter always try to take either mine or my husband's nail kit when we offer them one all the time. It's just taking ours. But when I seen this, I was like, yeah, what's its favorite color? Rainbow. So, yeah, this is mine. And the cushion feels so much different than the ones that I usually get from Amazon. It's like, it has a really nice soft touch. This kind of feels like the Moon Glow vinyl from Hungry Hippie. I know I have some around here, and I will do a comparison when I find one. You're going to be like, holy hell. That's the reason why I went for it, because that is one of my favorite vinyl colorways that Hungry Hippie has. That Moon Glow is extraordinary. And it came with a lotion that you can refill that is in this little ice cream thing. Isn't this the cutest thing ever? Like, oh my God. It's so cute. So it's a little hand lotion, and they had a indie, I can't talk, an indie nail designer nail polish. And look, there's a shift to it. Blue is my favorite color. And I love indie nail polishes. If you haven't noticed that, I love indie nail polishes. One, because I feel like they last longer on my nails. Two, I like supporting small businesses. And three, I like unique colors that other people in the whole world doesn't have. So I went for this, and I'm really excited I did. And it came with a little pouch that I think my daughter is going to claim, because it's like that holographic see-through. It's really pretty. But yes, I got this, and I didn't get to share it, so I wanted to. And they all had ice cream. They got to hang out. There's really cool pictures of them all together in the group. And it looked like they had a grand old time. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they said that they're going to try to incorporate it in every So Magical. And I think that's so awesome, because it's different from sewing or being classing or talking on the floor while you're in an area like painting your nails, eating ice cream, and doing pizza. And it's basically just like talking and getting to know one another. That to me is priceless, because it's kind of like when my friend Christina went with me to the So Magical. I was like, you're going to see people from the internet that on the internet and in person. And she did. She ran into, a couple of people. And it's a great experience to have to finally meet the people that you admire their work, or you just talk to on Messenger in person. It's a really cool feature. So that is pretty much it today. I have a lot on my plate. I'm hoping I can conquer it. I'll let you guys know if I don't, but I think I can. So if I could film, my plan is, as soon as I get off here, I'm going to set up my equipment and film the Nova's Nuggets on the Almighty Ruler, and then go into the modifying for my Patreon. If you're interested in Patreon, I'm going to put a link down below to the actual Patreon site, and you can look through it and look through each tiers. Each tiers have their separate video, and it goes over exactly what entails into this. I also think I did a video for the public, and I'll put the link to that. If you're looking to just possibly get the Mabel because you never got it, I'll put the link. It's a free pattern through Swoon. And that's it, I think. That's absolutely it. More information is to come about the class I'm going to be teaching for 2 days. It's all I can give you right now. It's in the beginning of June, and it's not where I'm at. And I'm kind of excited. So hopefully I'll be done with the noodle head bag, and I can show you it tomorrow. The Sandhill sling is one of my favorite noodle heads, because one, it's fast to put together. Two, it doesn't require a lot of materials. Three, it always looks exquisite. Whatever print, vinyl, cotton, whatever you use, it always looks exquisite. And I love the way Noodlehead puts the patterns together. It all just comes together and makes sense. So that is it. If you have any questions, please leave comments down below. If you did like this video, if you could like, subscribe, and comment, it helps out the channel tremendously. I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a really good day. Stay safe and happy sewing. Bye.